It's Greg Burdine, Pastor of Faith Baptist Church. Hope you're having a good Thursday and enjoying today. Beautiful week. As we finish up school, I know my wife, this is her last week of school. She has preschool, so she's done on Labor Day. This is Labor Day weekend. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's early this year, but she's finishing school. And the other kids, a lot of times they go maybe another week. Some of them might even go into June, but it's getting down to the end of school. And I want to share with you a Bible verse today from my sermon on Sunday. And this is kind of an interesting one. I didn't even deal with this much, just in the life of Joseph. And that is this: God gives vision. God gave Joseph a glimpse of the future, and God sometimes gives us, I don't want to say it's prophetic, but he gives us a vision of the future before it's fulfilled. Let me read you a Bible verse. It's in chapter 37 of Genesis in verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it to his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. He had a dream, and the dream was of what he would one day be. Now, the Bible doesn't say that Joseph interpreted the dream that way at that time. His brothers did, his father did, but he didn't. But I think God was giving Joseph a vision that he would rise above his brothers and they would all submit to him. And sometimes God, lets us dream about what our life could be like and where we'd like to go. It could be a direction financially. It could be in a ministry, some way of serving him. Oh, I'd love to do that. I can remember when I was a young person and I saw my pastor and he preached, and I said, oh, I would love to be able to do that. If God wants me to, I'd love to be able to do that. And God let me fulfill that dream that I think he put within my heart. And that maybe has never been your dream, but you know what? I think God gives us all dreams of where we would like to be. Maybe part of your family of what he'd like for you to do. Maybe something physically challenging that he wants you to do. Maybe to, run a race or to lift weights or lose some pounds. I don't know what it is that God has just given you a vision of a better future of where he'd like for you to go. And I am not one of these name it, claim it, if you ask God for it, he'll give it to you kind of thing. No. But I do think that when we sit and our creative minds begins to think, and God sometimes begins to bless us in a particular area, we say, you know what? Maybe one day I could play that in a college. These young kids playing baseball. Maybe they've got dreams and goals. That's why they wear the professional players' outfits. Maybe some of them practicing their songs and they think one day I'll get to be on stage, or one day I'll get to play in the band. And I think that's good. Hold on to what God is doing in your life. Even if others don't understand it, which they didn't with Joseph, even though we may try to hone in on our skill, we need to keep doing it. Trust God that the plans that he is making for you are good, because they are. Even if you can't see it, God sees your future.